Is it? Learner autonomy. Okay. So how many autonomous institutions are there in Bangladesh? Do you have any idea? Yeah. The university is an autonomous institution. Okay. Autonomous institution, that means this institution will have the state minister, education minister, administrative minister, everything. Okay. So that every decision will be taken over here in this university will be done by the university, because there is a body, that is the syndicate, then the academic council and the others. And this is called autonomous institution. Is there any other autonomous institution? Is there any other autonomous institution? It may be dropped. It may be public service.
No. I mean, universities decide autonomous bodies are there, just like Bangladesh solution is there, that is autonomous. Review is there, that is also autonomous body. And we have the media. Some institutions, some of them are autonomous, some of them are not. Especially the 24 is there, of course.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much for your participation in the class. So, autonomy means independence. In the post-method era, the learner will have their own liking or disliking in case of language learning scenario. That is called autonomous learning. Learner autonomy nowadays will be dealing with every kind, because especially we can give an example with cooking. Every day my wife comes up with a new recipe. I say, well, did you learn that from YouTube? And everybody, you can also learn, because YouTube has become a learning platform. Nowadays, many kinds of videos are there that you can learn from Korea. Okay, that means if we study, suppose in case for myself, in case of any topic, I put the topic in the YouTube and put the topic in YouTube, and the first three hits, that means putting the title. If you put the title in YouTube, that means you will be getting so many videos on the same topic. But first three videos is for the first three hits. So if I manage time, I watch the first three videos. Of course, their time length should be below 10 minutes. Okay. So I can understand the idea of something. And that is, suppose, what do you want to learn? Suppose you want to learn aeronautics engineering. That means you want to fix up the problem of a plane. Yeah. So you can put that what is autonomous aeronautics engineering, you will get so many videos in YouTube. If you want to learn how to do skating, yeah, because I am learning skating. Okay, so you will get so many videos on YouTube. Is it? So, whatever may be the situation, it may be from cooking, from aeronautics engineering. In this time, it is said that learner will have the knowledge or the opportunity to learn a thing in their own way, independently. And such kind of learning is called learner autonomy. In case of English language learning, this issues has been discussing in a clear sense of term. What's your question? Okay. Thank you. Actually, in case of language learning, it is said that is, a language learner can learn a thing in their own way. Okay. So, what might be the definition of autonomous learning? I am reading from the slides. That means learner autonomy allows learners to work on different tasks at different times. They have the choice of both input and output of language information. Then we will see how being aware of one's own learning styles and provide good learning strategies can help learning in acquiring a foreign language more effectively. So, if a language is learned by the language learner oneself, that is called autonomous language learning. If anybody learns cooking with the help of others and with the help of their own self, that is called autonomous cooking. Okay, that means autonomous means independent learning. So if it is the scenario, what is the necessity of attending class? Yes, that is the question. That means autonomous learning will be the independent learning. Okay, so many platforms are there for the learning. Okay, you can purchase. Sometimes I go, one person, what's your name? Yeah? Hadida went to purchase a book. If you want to learn something, you can purchase so many books on the subject and you can study yourself and you can write something. Okay, so what is the necessity of attending the classes on cooking, on driving, or anything else? Okay, that might be a question. So autonomous learning will be calling the independent learning. So there is no necessity of attending schools and colleges for learning language. Autonomous language learning encourage the students to do so. That means it is not necessary to attend classes or schools or colleges to learn language. That is called autonomous language learning. And one question arises, that is, learner autonomy is the ability of the learner to take responsibility of his or her own learning and to plan and organize and monitor the learning process independently of the teachers. Okay, so suppose I want to learn cooking. Do I have that ability? I want to learn a more critical things, that I want to learn web designing. Okay, I want to learn driving. Can it be possible to learn driving without the help of anybody else? In such cases, there might have the problem. But learner autonomy says that no, it is the learner who will be motivated from within, then he can learn driving or everything, even cooking. And it depends on your motivation. Learner autonomy says so. Okay. Here you have to take the responsibility of your learning. In these cases, some problems are there. Suppose there is a time frame in case of any kinds of learning. Suppose you are attending in this institution and you have to sit for the examination after 14th class. Okay, that is the time schedule. In case of autonomous learning, if you determine that I have to learn this within this 1 month, then learner autonomy will be beneficial and it will be helpful. And another thing is that what will be the problems? Okay, I have taken decision that I will be learning language, French language, just for an example, within 1 month. You are highly motivated and day and night you have exercised, and after 1 month you have learned something about the Italian language or did I say French language. Okay. So one question arises, that how we will judge whether you have learned the language well or not. That is a question. Okay. So in this regard, learners, if they are motivated enough and if they can judge their language learning in the quite time frame, that would be beneficial. But in several cases, it shouldn't be done. Actually, if you evaluate your learning, that evaluation will not be trustworthy. And that is a challenge of learner autonomy. Okay, so you have decided, that is, I will learn French language within 2 months. Okay, after 1 month, you have said that yes, I have learned French language. But if it is not to be tested by some other third party, that means institution or teachers or something else, that learning will be fulfilled or not is questioned. And for this reason, autonomy will have a challenge, that is the successful completion of the task. Simply that the desire that you will be learning something, and that desire you are highly motivated, and that desire and your motivation will not be telling that it is learner autonomy. Learner autonomy speaks that the successful completion of the task. And here, what kind of help that the teacher can do? Teacher in learning autonomy, they will be the motivator. So, learner autonomy says that there will be no post-calling teachers. The teachers will be the instructor. The teacher will be the helper. The teacher will be the motivator. Or teacher will be the coordinator. Learner autonomy, the teacher will show you the way. That means at the initial stage of today's lecture, I said that if you are highly motivated, you want to learn, you can learn something by purchasing books, one hand. You can search in the Google, then you can have the topic and you can have the book on this topic and you can learn. So you can watch YouTube videos and you can learn. So you can download several kinds of research journal and you can learn. So even aeronautic engineering, driving, cooking, whatsoever, everything else. You can know about the hazardous situation of climate change. Anything you can learn with your own self. So learner autonomy is the independent learning, and that autonomy and that learning and the desire will be decided by the learner own self. Learner will take the responsibility of their own learning. The teacher will be helping and teacher will be motivating the learner who wants to learn anything in their own way. That is the learner autonomy. But learner autonomy also speaks about the successful completion of the task. So if a task is successfully completed, then learner autonomy will be successful. So that is about learner autonomy. Okay, so there are several paths you can also follow in case of learner's autonomy. Several learning path. Self-assess progress. Give learners options. Use learners generated content. Take responsibility for learning. Strategies for independent learning. And get learner to take risk. Okay, so take risk, that means you want to, suppose you have to sit for the GRE examination after 1 month. And if you said that I will not go any coaching center, I will prepare myself. In that case, you have submitted £200 for the registration of the examination. So in that case, if you can't fulfill the task within this 1 month or 2 months, that will have the risk, that means you may fail in the examinations. Okay, so that will be the risk. So that in case of the learner autonomy, you have to take the risk or you have to take the responsibility of your own learning. So learner autonomy is an independent kind of learning platform, and that is highly appreciated in the 21st century. If the learners are motivated one, they can learn a thing in their own way. But it has some challenges, especially the testing and how they will understand that they have learned the situation quite well or not. That cannot be understood and that cannot be judged, that cannot be assessed by the learner's own self. That is a challenge of learner autonomy. Any questions?